Hey folks, how you all doing? Lloyd here, or Mr. Hats as I'm known as in the VC. Time for another thread today. I came across this channel just while I was surfing YouTube basically, and it's the Vinyl Vulture, and the guy's name there is Dave. And I found an intriguing thread started that he'd only just started like 36 hours prior to me watching it. And what he wants us to do is the A to Z of albums. So he wants us to show 26 vinyl albums, if we can, with titles, one with starting with A, the second with B, C, D, etc, etc. You get the idea. But the other stipulation he has is that you can only use each artist once only. So you can't use the Beatles for S, Sgt. Pepper's, plus A for Abbey Road, plus W with the Beatles, R for Rubber Soul, whatever it happens to be. You can't do that. You can only use one artist once. So it's 26 artists you have to show, and 26 albums with the titles going through the alphabet. Another stipulation is that you cannot use the word the as a word for T. I guess you could use, say, if it was the Coward Brothers, for example, like this, that would then go under C, I guess. You didn't really stipulate that you could use the word, but take the out and use the rest of the title. It should be pretty easy for us guys. Come on, we own enough records in our collections to be able to get through this now. I've been racking my brain for about 2.5 hours trying to find these records. I've tried to mix it up, so there's some old, there's some new, there's a dozen different genres and styles, etc. Also, it's not the same thing. So that's what took the time for me. Anyway, let's get on with it. I'll make it a short video. Dave, I hope this suffices and you're happy with my effort. First, we're going to start off with Brian May with his album Another World. For B, we're going to step back in time. Gene Pitney with Blue Jean. C, we're going to come forward again. Alt rock, Australian alt rock band Rockers, Hoodoo Gurus with their latest album Chariot of the Gods. Then we're going to stay in Australasia with Crowded House and their album Dreamers Are Waiting. Next we're going to go to a bit of drum and bass and alt rock with Public Image Limited and End of World. Next we're going to jump back a bit again for some Duran Duran, Future Past. Off to G now, one of my favourite Australian artists of all time. His name is Angus Stone, but he goes under the moniker Dope Lemon, and this is his album Golden Wolf. H, we're going to go to some UK alt rock. Kasabian with their album Happenings. Moving on to I. This was one I was actually stuck on, so I just got the obvious one in the end for me. John Lennon, Imagine. Next we'll go to some great pop with the brilliant Lady Gaga and her album Joanne. Move on with some, well, I guess you might call it glam rock, but hard rock, and we'll go to Gene Simmons with his solo album Kiss. Next we'll go back to some alt rock again, I guess. Goth rock, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Let Love In. For the M's, we're going to go to some rap Eminem, Music to be Murdered By. Time for some disco. Gloria Gaynor, Never Can Say Goodbye. Bit of easy listening stuff here. Joan Hammond with her album On Wings of Song. To be honest, I've never actually heard this album. This is Lynn's album, so I'm gonna keep this one out and play this and see what it's like. Hope I don't embarrass myself that it's something absolutely stupid, but we'll soon see. Off to the letter P's. We're going to go to Prince and the Revolution with Parade. Yes, I know I did Brian May earlier, but that album was under his name. This album is Queen. It's the remix, reissue, remaster of their debut album Queen that has now been retitled Queen 1. Next up, we're going to go to the Scat Brothers with their album Rico and the Ravens. I think they were sort of disco-y, southern rock, weren't they? Sort of, I think, from memory. This is from my sister's collection anyway. Can't say I've heard it. That's another one I'm going to have to keep out. I hope it is disco come southern rock, or I'm going to look like a right prat, aren't I? Not knowing what I'm talking about. Next we'll go for a bit of art rock with Sasami with her album Squeeze. What a cool album cover, eh? It's got to be one of the nicest, coolest album covers of all time, that one. Next on to the letter T, we're going to go to have some country with Australian country music icon Slim Dusty and his album Things I See Around Me. W-I-S-T. Next we're up to you. Going to go to Paul Weller now and his album Under the Influence. It's not actually a Paul Weller music album, it's an album where he's collated a lot of songs that meant something to him in his formative years, basically. As it says down there, a collection of musical influences and inspirations. So yeah, great compilation album. Next we move to V, and I'm going to show, well, this is disco anyway, disco pop. Voulez-vous by ABBA. Next W, don't know what you'd call this, jammy. A lot of this is very jam sounding, like jam, garage sounding. It's very rough and ragged, and it's Wings with Wild Life. Next we'll go to some Aussie rock pop. In Excess with X. This was actually their 8th studio album. X doesn't refer to the number of albums they had, it referred to their 10th anniversary of making records, so their decade in music. So X by In Excess. Y, we're going to go to some gospel spiritual music. Elvis Presley with his album You'll Never Walk Alone. And finally, last not least, well, these guys would probably be in my top 10 favourite bands of all time without a shadow of a doubt. From Lexington, Kentucky, we go to alt rock band My Morning Jacket with their album Z. And Z. So you are, Dave. That's my response to your A to Z of album titles. Hope it's okay, mate. Hope you enjoyed it. Anyone else, I'll leave the link below to Dave's the Vinyl Vultures original video. Jump on it. Jump on it. Great. It's an easy thread, really. It just takes a bit of time to collate it. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming up with the idea, Dave. Fantastic stuff, mate. Everyone else, jump over there. Get on it. Let him know I've sent you over. If you're not aware of his channel, please sub as well. Excuse me. Till next time, stay safe, take care, all for now, catch you around, and bye folks.